tournament.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Jody. Tomas, 2 for 2 at the plate, and you had that awesome home run last game. What's kind of working for you with your at-plate approach?
Just trying to stay as calm as possible in the box and as loose and getting my pitches. So
Another high leverage game there at the end. Just sort of walk through what you saw Pride do there in that.
yeah,
inning.
that was big. Especially he hasn't been in there in a while, and that was good to see. We're gonna need him down the stretch, so he made some really good pitches and
on that strike him out, tag him out.
Mhm.
I guess foul tip.
Yeah, it was
catch
a foul
and then it was
tip.
an easy tag.
yeah, I popped up because I saw him running, so it kind of worked out.
You talk about the defense today. There are a lot of really nice plays, almost turned a triple play. The defense seems to be
Yeah.
at a high level.
Yeah,
right
it's definitely on the up. So we're just gonna keep working away and continue getting better and backing our pitchers up.
And then the relievers, it seemed like there was a pattern where a guy comes in, he's really smoking, really doing well, and then kind of falls off.
I think we made some good pitches. I think they also had some really good swings tonight. I don't think we made too many mistakes, but I think they're all good. So
Yeah. On Poston's, I guess, back-to-back hit by pitches. What did you see there? I mean, did he just obviously missed a spot? But
yeah, he might have been just a little tired. He's battling. I mean, he gives everything he got, and I think those two just kind of got away from him. He got a little tired maybe because he's been pitching a lot for us. So he gave us everything he got. So I think those two just kind of got away from him.
Was that the split on both of those?
Mm-hmm.
What did you see behind the plate from those first 2 innings of Peterson?
I thought everything was explosive. I think we can make a couple more adjustments, getting that fastball because he's working on that 2-seam, getting it glove side. But other than that, I think he looked really good.
I'm good.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Y'all got any more players? Am I good?
You
How's everybody doing?
Good.
doing well,
How are you doing, Coach?
We just gotta find a way to win those daggone one-run games.
dude. Those are the haunting ones, right?
Yeah. I don't know how many we've lost, but probably 6.
I think that's right.
That's
I think that's right.
kind of what I thought.
That's-
Yeah. I overheard you asking Frick about Poston. At the end of the day, I mean, in a perfect world, he doesn't pitch today. Same with AC. We were running thin on the mound because of the doubleheader. And we're running thin on the mound because we haven't got enough length with our starters. And also, you look back on game 2 when we had the big lead at Virginia Tech. We still have to use AC. That's when you need Crossing to finish that game. So that stuff adds up. And we had on our card only use Poston in an emergency, and that was an emergency. We had to go to him right there. I thought. AC threw 60-some on Saturday, so it is what it is. We needed more length from Cam, but he was, the free passes were there, and we just didn't feel comfortable using guys that had thrown so many pitches and Pence and Carlson today. And you got to tip your hat to them; they did a good job on the mound, and I felt like we did enough where we need to win that game 5-3. We got to hold them off in some way, shape, or form.
What did you see from Peterson? I mean, 1 through 9, he played well. 10th
Yeah.
batter he faced.
Yeah, he was the freshest of all the guys of AC, of Poston. Those two, and Peterson is one of our top relievers. Pence was not an option. He threw 80 pitches. He'll be available tomorrow. But we knew that we would prefer, to not use Carlson after 67 pitches off 2 days rest and Pence off 80. And we even prefer not to use AC tonight, but he recovers a little bit better than some of the other guys. But, Poston threw both games of a doubleheader. He threw 8 pitches, and you might as well, if it's a doubleheader, you can add 20. So then he threw 40-something, so he's up there around 60, 70 pitches. So he was just pitching on guts. And honestly, I think that caught up with us. I didn't think our stuff was as good as a team that, didn't play this past weekend, and they were able to mix and match. And even then, we managed to score 5 off their top arms for the most part, except for their Friday guy. They threw everybody else as their top guy. But I thought Ben was outstanding. I just thought they hit his mistakes.
When we talked to Ben, last Tuesday after that game, we talked to him a little bit more about the 2-seamer and the cutter, just kind of continuing to get that feel for it a little bit. And I think the stuff has continued to look really electric, over the past week. But you can maybe kind of see at times where he's still kind of trying to adjust to that movement a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he's the freshest arm of the guys. And AC and Matt Poston have a big workload. And again, we were hoping to go, Paget Peterson in a perfect world, somebody, and that's when you got to have somebody step up on the mound and give you length, and hopefully Bobear can do that tomorrow night in Greenville. But man, Ben's going to be a big part going down the stretch and getting some guys healed, and we just got to find a way to go in there tomorrow and get us a win, and then go into the break and try to recover a little bit.
It's important to get Max Glove at third base. You've had him three straight games starting him at third.
Yeah. Obviously it is what it is with Patty not being available, but Carter, is an unbelievable defender. You saw that today. He's got a great first step. We got our first RBI. He's a freshman, so he hadn't been out there or second out, but that's his first RBI tonight.
Yeah.
I thought. Never looks overmatched.
I guess.
Yeah, I think it's Carter Fridge's first RBI, and he got our first run. It was a big at bat for us after we were down 2-0. So you got to play defense if you don't have anybody swinging the bat, and obviously the only place if Johnny's back in, then Mac has to go back to the outfield. So when you have an injury, it is what it is. We may have to put Matt back in the outfield and get Johnny's bat in there if we're not doing anything in the bottom of the order as we move forward.
But the overall the defense, Jackson made a spectacular diving catch.
Unbelievable.
Honeycutt made a nice play, and then Mac made a nice play.
It's hard to smile after a loss because you're competitive, but I also know our team. There's nothing negative to say in there to them. You come back on the road, you got a good team in here. It's frustrating too because they want to win so bad, and they know that we've played better on the road. And nobody, that's rare. But they didn't look like they were pressing tonight. It looked like they were in every single pitch. And we just did not get to get it done. They, one run loss. We got to find a way down this stretch that it could be the difference in these last however many games we have left.
Coach, going back to defense and French, I know that he's had 22 game appearances, but this is his first start.
Yeah.
And one of the first times you haven't pinch hit him a lot. What kind of changed in the idea of, we're going to start this guy in left field?
He had a really good at bat against Wilmington, left on left, 90 to 92 miles an hour. He just never looks overmatched at the plate. He had a big at bat for us in the ninth against Virginia Tech, worked a walk, left on left. So with Patty out, if you're gonna keep Mac at third base, the decision is you're just gonna stick with your best defense, if at all possible. And I still think, he can have good at bats and he can drive some runs in. We'll just see how it goes as we move forward.
There in the 8th inning with Vance, the 0-1 bunt, was that your call or was that him just seeing the defense back there?
Yeah, it's a mutual decision. Obviously those guys know if that was a run.
Yeah.
If he gets it down, and we, there's a way for me to communicate to our guys that I want you to lay a bunt down right here.
What about the Horvath stolen base there, I guess, in the ninth? That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Does he got green light? Or?
He does. But with Stokely right there, with the first baseman holding him on, sometimes you'll leave that guy over there because it gives you a bigger hole and they can't play as much of a shift. So you're thinking, okay, if Stokely gets one by that first baseman, we've got first and third. So we couldn't bunt there because we just didn't have the pitching depth. We got to go for the win. We can't go for the tie. And Stokely, unfortunately, that guy made some good pitches to him. But then after that, we're like, okay, let's get him to second base. He's such a big base stealer. It's a gamble. It's one of those things where if he gets thrown out, you're an idiot. If he steals, you're not an idiot. So, you just trust our players and trust that he'll go when he gets a good jump. But usually Mac and Vance have the green light all the time.
Gotcha.
Coach, looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Specifically at the plate, 14 strikeouts to 7 hits today.
Yeah.
How do your guys kind of need to change, especially that quickly?
I don't think they need to change. I think, they threw good arms at us. I don't think they threw a guy that was under 92. They're older guys, and, this is one of the better teams they've had in probably the last 10 to 12 years, especially on the mound, talking to Coach Hare about it. You look around the diamond, they're all, I think, fifth-year seniors, a majority of them. Is that what that means when it's redshirt senior? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're older guys, and, on the mound, I thought all their guys had strikeout stuff, and I thought the zone, was a little bit big, even though we worked some walks. That I have to go back and look at the zone, but our guys know a ball from a strike. But at the end of the day, it comes down in big moments. Does the pitcher make the pitch, and if he doesn't, does the hitter make him pay for and I'll have to go back and look, but it looks like they made some pretty good pitches.
Obviously, another game tomorrow, so
Yeah.
your answer to this might change by the end of tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the exam break, it's always one of those things where we talk about either it comes at the right time or you
Yeah.
don't want it.
Yeah.
Kind of how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's coming at the right time. We're banged up. We've got some guys that are playing, banged up. They're not 100%, and that'll really help us. That'll help us at least recover. But we want to get that win, so we're going to have to suck it up and figure it out. But after that, you got 6 days to let your body recovers, and we got some guys that might have to be in that ice bath or have a couple small procedures just to help them recover.
Bovair,
Bovair's good to go tomorrow night. Yeah, 4 days rest, regular start for him. 4 days is what I would like for it to be anyway. Carlson's ready to go tomorrow off 3 days rest, and Pence is ready to go off 3 days rest. So that's why we went for it tonight. We're like, okay, well, we got those 3 guys. They're going to have to step up. They're going to have to pitch well for us, but those are the 3 guys we got to use tomorrow because the other ones probably won't be available.
Coach, last 2 games, 1-run margins against ECU. Are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Our guys are looking forward to it too. They've got to be able to move on fast from this one. We talk about being process oriented and waking up every morning. The journey starts back, and that's we have to practice what we preach. And we've had some tough losses, but at the end of the day, that loss right there is gone. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. We'll wake up tomorrow. We'll get on that bus at 11:45, and they'll get every bit we have when we roll in there.
Thank you,
y'all.
Coach.
thank you.
Thank y'all.